Well, over in the Western Cape, education officials are worried that the ongoing taxi war could hamper some pupils' ability to return to school this week. Our reporter Ayesha Ismail is monitoring provincial school readiness. She joins us now live. Ayesha, thank you so much for joining us. What was your sense of pupils managing to get back to school today, even if there is a staggered approach for at least this week?
Good morning, Annika. This morning I was at a school in Heideveld, the Cathkin High School, and from what I saw, by the numbers of children coming to school, it seemed as if they were all excited to come to school. The teachers at that particular school had all been vaccinated, and not only the teachers, but also the support staff, including the security personnel at the gate. I spoke to the principal earlier also, and he was saying to me that during the school holidays, the extended 4-week school holidays, they had a catch-up program, but unfortunately the matriculants were not able to all attend the catch-up program because of, as you mentioned, the taxi violence taking place in the Western Cape. And he was saying that he's just hoping that things will quieten down and that especially the matriculants will be able to come to school, given that they've missed out so much of the school program already. However, I have now moved from Cathkin High School in Heideveld, and I'm now in Salaries Pass village at the Salaries Pass Primary School. And Annika, at this school there are more than 1,300 children attending the school, and this means that there's over 40 children per classroom. And I'm now joined by the headmaster of this school. So you were telling me earlier that sometimes you have over 40 children in a class, and it was difficult for you to actually adhere to the social distancing. How are you coping with that?
Currently, we having only half of the children at school, and it is also still very difficult to cope with that half children that are at school, and we struggle a lot with the social distancing, especially the classrooms that are not so big to take more than 20 learners, and sometimes there are more than 20 learners that needs to be accommodated in the classrooms. And we also have volunteers in to help us during break times to do the social distancing with the learners. And we don't allow our learners to play. They can just come out and come have their meal outside, like you see now. Okay.
So that could be quite difficult, especially, I mean, this is a primary school and children are used to playing and running around, so it must be quite difficult for them to be sitting in one spot.
Yes, it is difficult, but we're just trying to keep them safe, and so that they don't get the COVID virus.
However, when school reopened this morning, when the children walked in here, there was a surprise for them. Tell us about that.
Yes, we were very fortunate to, during the holiday, we put up 3 new classrooms donated by Give of the Givers and sponsored by Property 24. So the learners came to this morning and they were surprised by 3 new classrooms that was built during the holiday time.
So this will also obviously alleviate the overcrowding that you're experiencing.
Yes, definitely. And currently we couldn't use our computer lab because it was used as a classroom for the grade 6 learners. And now we have 3 new classrooms, so that learners can now move out of the computer lab and they can now move to the new classrooms, and then we have the computer lab for all the other learners to use. So we had for 2 years we couldn't use that classroom because of our overcrowding.
Thank you so much for your time, sir. Annika, I'm just going to move out of this shot to show you the 3 new classrooms donated by the Gift of the Givers and Property 24. And as the headmaster was saying, this will really go a long way to try and alleviate the overcrowding that they've been experiencing over the years at the school. And you can imagine now with the COVID-19 protocols in place, it's pretty difficult to have to social distance in classrooms, because, as we know, our schools are not designed for social distancing. And as you saw, the kids sitting here in the playground, they're not allowed to run around, they're not allowed to move, but they're making the best of a very difficult situation.
Aisha, that's a huge school. I mean, 40 kids in a classroom must almost be impossible to control. And we take our hats off again to Gift of the Givers. What a remarkable organisation. Thank you so much for joining us in the Western Cape this morning.